Sidelight into falling neutral air is a really strong and safe read option you can go for. So it looks like this. As you can see, it covered a dodge in, but it'll also cover a dodge down in, like so, both with the same timing. You can cover both of those options. And what makes it strong is the risk-reward ratio. Dodge in and dodge down in are pretty common options off of Gauntlet's Sidelight, and if it misses, most of the time you won't be punished. So say if I go to the other side of Bodvar, now he's going to be dodging away from me, and I go for the same read. If we slow this down, you can just see how far away we actually are from each other. Because of how much drift and aerial freedom you have during the nair, you can kind of just drift away from your opponent and be pretty safe even when you miss. So if it hits, you get a ton of damage and a 4-hit punish, and if it misses, you're pretty unlikely to be punished. So overall, it's just an amazing read, and if you aren't using it already, you should probably start using it. Another really strong and safe read you can go for off of Sidelight is a fast fall recovery. So it looks like this, and it'll cover a spot dodge, as you just saw, but it'll also cover a downward dodge. So this read, along with the last read, which was the falling neutral air, will cover 4 of the most common dodges off of Gauntlet's Sidelight. So using the two and mixing them up is a really good way to sort of safely try and punish your opponent's dodges while collecting info on them, on how they actually like to dodge. So they're both really good reads to go for at the beginning of a match. Furthermore, you can get some follow-ups off of this read too. So for example, something like a neutral air. If I set him back to spot dodge, you can actually get some cool platform combos as well if they're to spot dodge. So for example, something like that would work on Miami Dome or a platform map with platforms of similar heights. And yeah, another just strong, safe option that works really well in tandem with the last read we went over, because they cover 4 very common dodge options in a pretty safe way. Sidelight Gravity Cancel Sidelight is a super common read that you probably already use if you play Gauntlets, but I did want to add it into this video because I think a lot of people do it incorrectly and it makes it kind of inconsistent. So one of the options this will cover is dodge away. It'll also cover a dodge down away. And finally, it will also cover a dodge straight down. All with the same timing, so it will cover all 3 of those options at once if you do it properly. Now the trick to getting this read to hit consistently is, first of all, just to practice the timing and training mode of when to actually do the Gravity Cancel Sidelight. As you can see there, I did it a little too early, but with practice you can nail down that timing. But the next thing is to completely stop moving in the air after the first Sidelight. So in that little transition period, which I'll slow down to demonstrate real quick. So if we slow it down here, I hit Bodvar with the first Sidelight, and then there's this sort of waiting period after you hit it, where you're waiting to do the gravity cancel and your opponent is mid-dodge, right about here. And this is the point where you want to make sure your character does not move forward. So you don't want to be holding a direction at this point. Then you just want to sit completely still in the air and do the gravity cancel Sidelight, which you can see just barely catches with the back of the hitbox. The mistake I used to make, and I think a lot of people make, is to sort of drift forward before the gravity cancel, which would look like this. And you can see it's a pretty subtle difference, but it actually is the difference between it hitting your opponent when they dodge down versus completely whiffing. But with some practice and making sure you don't move in the air after the first Sidelight, you can get the combo down consistently, covering those 3 dodge options I mentioned earlier. Before ending off this video, I just want to say there probably will be a part 2 of this video in the future. Gauntlets just have so many different strong read options you can go for in different situations. I think they're a really well designed weapon. And yeah, I've been having a lot of fun on Wu Shang lately, because he's just bonkers OP, his character's insane. So look forward to part 2 to this video, and if you like this kind of content, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see everyone in the next video.